Hi everyone, welcome to this week's episode of Slow Love Unravelled. I'm Holly.
And I'm Isabel.
We are back after being a team down situation. I've been poorly, this one's been poorly. So we are sorry about the snotty voices. But we wanted to do our podcast today. So actually, I think we haven't discussed this, but we are going to take a break from our podcasting in sort of 6 weeks' time. How many more episodes have we got? Seven. So we're going to do, it'll be a season 1 break, and then we will be back with season 2, but we're going to take a break over kind of the busiest time of Q4, which then nicely rolls into, this is what our podcast is going to be about today, is about how insane Q4 is for probably every single e-commerce brand and any retail brand. And our Q4 last year, each year we've had a different
dramas,
and we always are organised, but something always gets in the way. And I think this is where you especially are really good at just like running with a problem. But last year we were so organised, but there's stuff just still gets in the way and goes wrong. So we're going to unpack what went wrong last year and kind of what we're doing this year to try and like troubleshoot.
Just make sure we learn from those mistakes. When we say, we've spoken before on previous podcasts as a new brand or a small brand, and we're learning things as we go along. Sometimes not knowing what's in front of you is actually a really positive thing, because you're kind of not scared to move forward. It is scary, but there are elements that if you knew everything, you would never move forward because it would be so daunting and overwhelming. So we were really organised, but then there's always those things you don't know what you don't know. And last Q4, it felt like some of those unknowns ended up being quite big. So there was we were all pretty poorly by the end of it but it wasn't like burnout level, because I think luckily we've got such an amazing proactive team who are so happy to just do that. I think if you've got that mindset, it's probably quite difficult to reach a burnout, I think. But yeah, some of the unknowns ended up being quite big. For example, we thought that we had enough stock. Mm-hmm. We didn't.
Yeah, this is basically
It's a never-ending problem.
It's a never-ending problem for us. Yeah, and it is for everyone, I think.
Loads of brands. I think Holly had a period of consultancy with somebody who is like really long in the tooth with e-commerce, and she said it's a problem that ultimately there is never an answer to. It's an ongoing problem, because that problem only grows and becomes more exacerbated as you grow.
Yeah.
You always need more, and you can't ever plan it perfectly. So we didn't have enough stock, and we were launching our autumn winter stuff.
Yes.
When we were in New York, and we didn't have all of our autumn winter stock.
Yeah. The actual logistics of our stock getting to us, we hadn't received it whilst we were in New York, which was to plan content and show you guys with a release date in mind.
Yeah, so that was quite stressful, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was really
one stressful. Of the pieces, as you know, which was the snake jumper, we actually didn't take delivery of that jumper until literally the week before Christmas, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was very tight.
That was like the tightest timeline. We unboxed it and sold it on the same day, which is, we've never done that before, and I think we can all agree that is actually, I mean, it was quite touch and go with spring summer this year, but it was like, I think we all agreed that couldn't happen again because it was so stressful. I mean, luckily it was such an amazing piece, and the feedback from it was so good. But that's something that you shouldn't ever kind of rest on your laurels with.
No, and we knew it was going to sell well, so we knew it would be an in and out situation. But then you still have to do like quality control and making sure you have everything and that they are sent out. And then there's always going to be an issue with it getting to the customer at that time of year.
Yeah.
There's always an issue with postage.
That's the
always,
biggest thing,
always, yeah. There's that great meme that loads of like small brands send out a few days before Christmas, and it's like it's a Drake one, and it's basically like we've sent your parcel, you've got your tracking number, there's nothing we can do, it's in God's hands. Because you just can't do anything at that point. And so it's always touch and go, because it's so disappointing for people, and it's frustrating because that's not our fault, and you don't want to let your customer down. It's just the nature of the busiest time of year, a couple of days before Christmas.
Yeah, and we're always pretty good, and we have really clear deadlines where we can say, you know, if you want it guaranteed by Christmas, order on these dates and stuff. But that was obviously way beyond those dates. But I'm pretty sure some people were still opening their snake jumpers on Christmas Day, which was a real turnout for the books. Again, reminder that we are such a small team.
Yeah.
So we were all really juggling just the general madness of Q4, as well as packing and sending jumpers a couple of days before Christmas. So I think the biggest thing that we've done this year to rectify some of that is actually working to a mapped out critical path.
Yeah.
Where we've actually started at the pain points and worked backwards. And it's worked so much better for us this year for multiple reasons. Having more stock, having stock on time, cash flow is undoubtedly better.
And there's obviously still going to be anomalies with the logistics of it getting to us.
Yeah.
But it feels much more like there's a grip, there's a handle on that journey of it getting. So it's always, even like today, for example, when we had a meeting with the photographer, and we thought we'd penciled in a date, and that's my fault because we left the meeting with him too late where I proposed the date. But at least we've mapped stuff out, so it's like, okay, we could push this by this point.
Yeah, so basically Holly had a date in mind with the photographer, and just what we hadn't considered is the photographer's actual diary, and he wasn't just waiting for Slow Love to the phone to ring and it be us. So he was like, basically, I have 2 dates between now and when you need your autumn winter to be launched. So once again, it is actually quite a tight timeline, isn't it, for that? But it's a very doable timeline, and luckily the photographer we're going to be working with on this occasion, he was really open to that turnaround, which is great. But yes, I mean, it would be boring if there wasn't some squeaky bum time.
It would be boring. But really for us, just thinking about it, Q4 last year, Black Young Hearts, we kept selling out of, and we totally had underestimated the impact of Bad Sisters.
Yeah.
We knew it would be like amazing, but we didn't realise quite the impact. And we just instantly were selling out, and then having to, it was just this like, it was a really frustrating thing because we were just, we have a wait list, so people who missed out were instantly signing up, and we were like, we could have sold probably double that amount.
Yeah.
Which was frustrating for everyone. So that was a big thing for us in Q4, which was just frustrating more than anything. But also just like our general like bestsellers we were selling out of, weren't we?
Yeah. So
we were missing out on lots of sort of that busy time of year where people wanted presents. So this year, we are hoping that we will be more accommodating.
Yeah, which is great. I think another big thing which really threw the spanner in the works for us last Q4 was the t-shirt drama. That fell. The t-shirt drama started in the summer and actually was still causing us a headache when we were in New York. Actually, when the actual t-shirts, we thought we had finally cracked it. It was like, we don't have to worry about it. And then when we're in New York, the t-shirts arrived and they were a disaster. Like 50% of the production was faulty. Luckily, the other 50% was really great. But we knew that we were coming back from New York to not only a really busy period for Slow Love from the actual knitwear side of the business, but we were coming back to having to fix the big t-shirt
Had we
headache.
sold t-shirts at that point?
We had done, we had put them on a pre-order.
Oh God!
So luckily, I don't think many people were let down. But it was more that we then weren't really sure what to do with a load of faulty t-shirts.
Yeah.
So but again, that was a classic thing of you can plan till the cows come home. And then actually so many external factors can really screw you over.
They were so bad. I think it wasn't just the printing issue we had somewhere. It was like they'd been hemmed wonky. It was just awful. It was so bad.
I think it was another relatively small business trying to help another small business, and it just was executed really poorly.
It took up. So when you think about how busy it is over that quarter, that period,
and the size of the team,
and the amount of orders that were going out, and then the amount of stress and drama the t-shirt stuff put on everyone, and took up so much of our time.
Even Grace, because actually Grace was running with the t-shirt projects at the beginning, wasn't she? That was kind of her thing, and it really did eat into everybody's like already pretty tight calendar. So we weren't working to a critical path. That's the biggest thing I think we've changed this year. Ordering is on top of.
We hope.
We ran out of totes.
Oh yeah, the tote bags. The
tote bag drama. We ran out of tote and the brown bag, so I think it was on one of the black Young Hearts drops. Or was it a Tutti Frutti one? And we had a drop where basically we were like, we don't have any packaging. And I don't even know how that happened.
I don't know how that happened. Oh, sometimes the packaging company runs out of that size bag.
Yeah, maybe
but
that was
two places we can get that size bag from now. I mean, Charles is so on top of that.
Yeah, that is definitely something that would never happen anymore, but actually we've built such a good rapport and relationship with the tote bag company now that if they are running low, they email us and let us know and basically give us first refusal on the stock that they have left, which is amazing. But there was, I remember, a period of time in your busiest period, we actually had to stop sending orders for a couple of days, which creates such a huge backlog on such a small team. I remember that just being like, again, it's just one of those things that you just think is sorted and is in the back of your head, and the more pressing things take up the time. And sometimes it's those really simple tasks that you can't
getting that back room. You were trying to push to get the license through for us to rent that back room. And we only got it like the week before Black Friday.
Yeah. I mean, if anyone from the council is listening, close your ears. But the key was in the door, so we just unlocked it and used it anyway. But I was trying to push through a temporary license so we could legally rent that room in time for the Black Friday and Christmas period, which is just you don't want to be.
Imagine that now.
Yeah,
not having it. Oh. We wouldn't be able to be here.
Yeah,
we wouldn't be able to be like in this. We would have so fully outgrown. Yeah, it's nuts, isn't it?
It is nuts. So and then on top of just the day-to-day runnings and logistical issues, when I say that we loaded the calendar to the gunnels with events, pop-ups. We did 2 Christmas events locally.
Yeah.
We did a pop-up in Belfast with Kindred of Ireland. We filmed the Advent stuff.
Yes.
We've pulled that earlier by a month this year. We filmed all of our Christmas Advent.
Have we done it?
Have we done it? No. I thought we did it we filmed Advent we are doing it in November. Are we doing it in November?
Yeah.
Oh,
but we're going away.
Didn't learn our lesson this time.
Yeah.
But there are other things that are.
And we're keeping it to just us 3.
Yes, we've
and it's going to be, we're going to get some, we've different location, and it's going to be just bish bosh bash.
Yeah.
No drama.
Yeah, no dramas. I think because we've been more organised with other elements of this year. So just to put into perspective with stock and logistic timelines, we will have all of our autumn winter seasonal drop stuff by October. Last year we were still receiving stock in December.
We just aren't sure whether we're going to release it in like a couple of new pieces each Friday or how we're going to do that yet.
Yeah.
Just to be honest.
Yeah. So that's not planned yet, but the important thing is we'll actually have the stuff to be able to sell it, rather than it not even being here. It was on its way, we just didn't know when it was going to get here. So that is, we do feel much more organised this year. And I mean, we felt organised last year, so there's undoubtedly going to be some things. I think something else which we haven't spoken about yet, but when we didn't have enough stock at the end of last year and we were still waiting for the autumn winter stuff, we also knew that our spring summer launch was something completely new for Slow Love. So there wasn't that safety blanket of, it's okay, we know we are going to be giving our customers the Slow Love that we know that they will lap up. No, she's got black love. So I think that was quite overwhelming, that we did have a bit of a cash flow hit, and we were going into like a big area of unknown in the new year, because we knew that we were bringing something totally new to the customers. So that was quite scary.
Also, there was a couple of late night, because we did a couple of sample sales, didn't we, on the run up to Christmas?
That's right.
They were late night.
Oh my God,
we were
all
did the one absolutely hanging. She was moving house the following day.
Yeah. Abby selfishly bought a house in Q4 last year.
In December.
In December. So Abby moved, and then Abby also redid the website, and this only came back to me the other day. Abby was poorly, and when I say we all got poorly,
we had a death wish last year.
Yeah.
What were we doing?
Abby redid the entire website, and we did the sizing photo shoot, which took like 3 days, which was so nice to meet all those people, but we were like hanging by the end of it. But so Abby was trying to get this new website up and running. And do you remember, she was poorly, but Abby won't admit she's poorly. So she was like, I'm fine. And we were like FaceTiming her. She was working from home.
And you were in your dressing gown.
She was in a dressing gown. She literally looked like death warmed up. She was like, it'll be fine. I was going to get that deadline. And you and I were speaking to each other like, why? Who even set this deadline for her? Like, there's literally nothing hanging on this deadline, and she's killing herself. And you ended up being like, I don't want to speak out of turn, but do you think maybe you ought to tell her not to try and finish it this week?
Yeah,
and
she was basically going to... Abby was like, it's okay, I just won't go to sleep for the next 48 hours. She was already hanging by a thread, and I was like,
you just need to rest. No, I can do it.
Also, do you remember that you had done all the edits on the wrong...
Oh, no, that was awful.
Do you remember that? Was it...
There were two versions.
There were two versions of the... And one of them was Anyway, we had done a load of edits on the wrong version. So, yeah, that was... Oh, my God, I completely forgot about that.
She was like... No, I'm fine.
No wonder we were absolutely screwed. We were so... But hey.
Yeah, conversions up by like 89% on last year, down to the new website. So.
I think also what makes something that I've never ever had it in any other job that I've ever worked in is when it's downtime.
We're like fucking get the rosé out.
But also you're so good at being like... So actually, after the Advent sale that we did... in our local town, we were hanging. During that Advent, Holly drank an entire bottle of Benylin, that cough mixture.
Don't tell Mum if you're listening to this stuff.
Yeah, sorry, Anna. And we were like carrying all the stock back upstairs, and we were literally bringing it up and dumping it. And Holly was like, close the door, lock it, and we'll deal with that in the new year. Everybody needs to go home. And then we all had such a chill Christmas, didn't we?
Yeah.
It was so nice.
Even when we had our like Christmas works do, because you guys, we don't all live in Cirencester, so it's like, where should we? We're about 2 years running. We've been to Sam and Jack's for like Christmas lunch, but like everyone's got like family and stuff, and so like close to Christmas. And do you remember Shah was poorly? So she was too poorly to come. So she came in the morning.
Yeah.
She looked like she was going to cry and was basically like, I really don't feel very well. And I was like, you don't have to come for Christmas lunch. Obviously, I know you want to, but if you're poorly, just go home.
Yeah.
And she went home like in tears. Oh, it was awful. We were
awful.
all so poorly, and it was just this one thing after another.
The Slow Love team are all similar in their personalities, where we're all like absolute like dogs for work. Like we love it. It doesn't really feel like work all the time, and we all love working pretty hard. So we kind of, there's never like maybe we shouldn't do that. It's all like, yeah, let's do that. And then we're like, oh God, this feels like such a lot. But it's like a good a lot.
Do you remember when Kindred asked us to go to Ireland?
Yeah. Holly like looked at me over the monitor. She was like, what do you think? And I was like, we should go.
It's the only free weekend that we have now on the run up to Christmas. We were like, can't say no. And then you came in one day and was like, James has just realised that I'm not going to be around for the next 3 weekends.
Yeah, it was a lot. But it was good. It was so much fun. But yeah, we're now working to a pretty good critical path. We have like time blocked our week much better as a business, haven't we? So there are just more, there are just very clear goal setting days and output days, which there kind of wasn't before. It was very much a juggle. Spring summer 26 is in full swing of sampling. We've even signed off like maybe 40% of the spring summer 26 has pretty much been signed off from the sampling phase, which is absolutely amazing.
Good. Yeah.
And we're all, it's crazy to think that we haven't even dropped autumn winter yet, and we're already super excited about what's ahead there.
I know. The other thing, which is mental, so when Felix was over earlier, and we were like, both you and I separately said, it's just going to be Christmas like tomorrow, looking at our diary, because everything is going so quickly. But in the space of now up until Christmas, we are potentially going to Portugal and New York, which hasn't even been put into the diary.
Yeah, God, yeah.
No, you said it.
Yeah, I know.
You said it on the pod, you gotta go.
I know.
It's going to be so good. But this is what I mean, is nobody's scared of that prospect. It's like, we'll just make it work.
Yeah.
Luckily, my husband's just recently lost his job, so I've just got to like...
I was going to say, James is going to start listening to the podcast whilst he's cleaning the kitchen at home.
Yeah.
And he'll be like, sorry, what?
Yeah, I've just got like a stay-at-home dad situation now, which we've never had, and it's actually great.
Yeah, it is great.
Until the money runs out.
Until they tell you what to do about the butter dish.
Yeah.
Butter dish system.
The butter dish system, yeah. God, there's been quite a lot of new systems that have been put in place since he's not been working. But it's a good thing. So bring on Portugal and bring on New York. And the content trip in Devon for Advent.
Yeah. That's going to be sick.
It's going to be so good. You guys.
We need to start thinking about Christmas styling.
Oh, and there's the Matilda's event.
Fuck. Yes.
We were meant to plan that yesterday. So we're talking about being more organised, but I mean, there's going to be some undoubtable hiccups, but then we'll learn.
But that's more like...
learn for those for next year.
I feel like the Matildas thing is going to be more... It will be open to everyone, but whereas the Hoxton was great for our London-based customers. We did have some Siren locals, quite a few actually come along to it, but this would be great for... Like, think about when we do our Christmas Advent, like, pop-up, but in the museum. We've done it 2 years in a row. And people absolutely love it. And I'm always surprised by how many local people come to it.
Yeah.
So I think I think Matilda's would be good.
Yeah, so do I.
It's just tiny, so we'll have to squeeze everyone in like little sardines.
I think sometimes in these podcasts, Holly and I genuinely just turn it into like a like
brainstorming.
It sometimes feels like a meeting and just like a nice chat between the two of us and Abby.
And Slavo.
And
Speaking of which, I actually did some hen party sleuthing.
oh,
ideas.
that's another thing that we've got in that is high priority on our work calendar this year is Abby and I, Holly and I are organising Abby's hen do. Because she's getting married on the 15th of August next year. Put it in your diaries. We'll be vlogging her wedding.
Yeah, we will.
We'll make it a slow love wedding.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ben thinks it's his wedding, but it's not. It's ours.
Not. We need to set that record straight right
set the
now.
record straight. It's nothing to do with Ben. It's the slow love wedding. And when they have their first baby, it'll be a slow love baby. But some things that I think are really, really beneficial for anybody who is a small business or they're starting a business, and actually the stuff that we put in place to make sure that planning and crazy stuff like Q4 doesn't happen. I think the key things that we've done are every single Tuesday we have like a all company meeting.
Yeah.
It's got a very clear agenda. It's got very clear outputs from the week before.
Mm-hmm.
We go through all the outputs so everybody's being held accountable for stuff being done or not done.
Yeah.
And we go through everything that's in motion in the business and everything like projects that are happening, stuff that we need to think about. Is kind of the seed is sown, it's all recorded, and that meeting happens every Tuesday, like come hell or high water, pretty much, doesn't it?
Apart from last week when we were all absolutely feeling like shit.
Everybody was.
But Shah rung everybody to tell them what their objectives were. So.
Yeah, I mean, that was pretty much how it went down. And we are really realistic that ultimately the sun is still going to rise tomorrow. So it's like the world isn't going to fall apart if we miss that one. But pretty much, I think bar that one last week, we've pretty much done every single Tuesday. And that has been amazing.
Yeah.
And it not only does it feel like stuff's getting done, but it's quite nice for everybody in the business to actually be together and
cover stuff that maybe has been like
forgotten
whispers
about
or just stuff that I maybe have not told anybody about, because it's been in my head. It's a good way for me to be like, this is what I've done, because I will sometimes just go ahead. So it'll be like, I've done this is the plan, this is what's happening. Yeah. And it's a good way for everybody to find out at the same time. But also saying about the weekly meeting, something that we have talked about before, but we haven't mentioned so far in this podcast, is we've implemented Asana.
Yeah. Asana has been amazing. Shah came in, she's had a project management background, so she was really au fait with these kind of project management tools. She's
a big old tool.
So that was really amazing, and she definitely is kind of the key administrator, and that is something I think I would also say is having one or two people in your business who are like the keeper of the keys with that project management tool, and it is very much part of their job role. Because keeping on top of it is the only way that
somebody
work.
somebody needs to be making everyone accountable.
Yeah.
For that, and I'm crap at that.
Yeah. And when it was just us...
Actually, Abby has been using not Asana, but you were using Trello. Was it Trello?
No, I was using Asana.
Was it? Yeah, sorry. You were the original, weren't you, Slavo?
Asana,
but you were doing it to make sure Ben knew what he was doing.
Yeah. So that has been amazing. And on top of Asana, it's so funny because we do live in such a digital world now, but there is, I mean, I still use a pen and paper diary for the day to scribble down notes, but we also have a big paper planner up on our wall. Yeah. We could have a really fancy screen with a spreadsheet or whatever that's kind of loading, but actually we've all found that planner.
It's an A1 massive wall calendar.
And we've got like colour-coded post-it notes, and I reckon 4 or 5 times a week we probably get round that calendar and refer to... We've got drops on there, we've got holidays, and this is all in a Google Calendar as well. The key thing we actually use that planner for is more the drops where our shoots are, and it's such a nice interactive thing to just move around without all huddling around a screen, and it's like in your eye line all day, every day. And I'm sure lots of people have really nice, fancy electronic ones, but we love it.
Yeah,
it's worked really well for us. We've already bought.
We got it on Etsy.
One.
Yeah. So if anybody's looking to get one, Etsy.
Yeah, that works really well. So I think just having Grace Beverley is somebody who's great at talking about time boxing her week, and we don't do it quite as intricately as that. We might all do in our own kind of day to day, but as a business, we actually also have recently kind of time boxed the week a bit better.
Yeah, we have.
And
it's really hard because you and I weren't in the office. I was working and you were literally from your hospital bed. But because I haven't been in the office much, there's like part of me that tomorrow I'm like, oh, maybe I should just come in. But I also am like, I need to stay home. Yeah. And literally Abby and Ben yesterday were like, we know you're still poorly, but there is actually so much content we need from you before you go away. So you need
put
to
on
do
some
it.
Lipstick.
Yeah. Shut
Blow
your
your
nose.
Blow
Stop
your nose.
complaining.
Take your antibiotics, put on some lipstick, and get on with it.
If you look dead behind the eyes, put some sunglasses on and just get on with it.
I think I literally said to you, you're just going to have to suck it up.
Yeah. I mean, Abby, if you want any sympathy from Abby, you're not going to get it. She is not the one to go to.
I'm going on holiday on Saturday for a week as well. So it was like, we need this done. We need you to specifically do this before you go away. So toughen up and just get it done.
I think that's it.
Yeah. And would you rather?
Okay. Would you rather?
Mm.
I'm going to do such a gross one because you feel poorly.
Yeah, go on.
Would you rather be as ill as you are now for another month, or Charlie gets your poorliness?
Oh. He did. So he caught it when I first started getting ill, but he only had it for like 3 days. He was like a bear with a sore head. He was unbearable. Did I tell you this?
Yeah.
And the kids both were saying to me, why is he being so irritable with us? And but he won't admit that he's poorly during the time, and he won't say that he's irritable. So 100% I would carry on being poorly for a month.
Sweet.
Because it was so annoying. And at one point I had to say to him, you need to be in a better mood with everyone. I know you're poorly. And he was like, but I was like, this isn't me. We're not having a discussion about how irritable you're being. No, I'm telling you are. So you just need to like be nice.
So you would be poorly for another month.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like if you had asked me that with James on the flip side, I would. There's nothing worse than an ill man.
Agreed.
Is Ben the same?
Yeah.
I think the thing, this is really first world problems. But because we don't have a spare room, I can't sleep on the sofa, and it's annoying because we got dogs and stuff downstairs, and Vader will whine. But so when one of us is poorly, like the other one's sleep is really affected. And I can't even go in and snuggle with Aurora because she has a single bed and she's like literally taller than me. So, and Oscar would just be like, get out.
What are you doing? You'd be like, come on.
Yeah, snuggle up.
We were going to do one about like eating each other's phlegm, but we thought that'd be a bit too gross.
I've got a good one.
Okay.
Would you rather
Oh God.
have James be really poorly for a month and literally be like unbearable?
Yeah.
Like worse than a toddler when they're poorly.
Yeah. I mean, James is already worse than the kids when they're poorly.
And looking after him, you being his nurse.
Yeah.
Or so you pass on your like the like virus that we both had, where you're like, your breath stinks, right? And your like glands are up, eggy breath, and you pass it on to one of your brothers, and then you have to snog them.
I would nurse James.
Yeah, you wouldn't snog your brother.
No, I wouldn't snog.
Bit of casual incest.
What's that?
Where did that even come from?
What's that? Would you rather we did? Would you rather hold someone's dick
I
for a
can't
day?
say the other option because we would get cancelled.
On that note,
Yeah.
goodbye.
Thank you for
Thank
listening.
you for listening.